I've never in my life felt like I do right now.
My finger here, with my nail.
That's fine.
I want to hurt myself. Yeah.
I said
don't remember
we
that.
struggled to get it up.
Welcome back into the channel, everybody. Big up to everyone who came on over from the Never a Foul raid. Thank you to all the new people who are here, all the returning guests. As you know, I think you're a sexy son of a bitch. So how are you doing? Welcome to the channel. This is Jacob Wallraven Uncensored. If you're first time here, I'm Jacob. I try to just speak my mind as freely and openly as possible. And sometimes people don't like it. Like apparently referring to managers you've had in the past, apparently that's like a bad thing, and now I'm still obsessed. So when I mention Jose, when I mention Conte, when I mention Nuno, Stellini, Mason, I don't get any pushback. But you say Ainge is 1-0 in finals, and Thomas Frank officially today in his first final ever in the 15 years he's been coaching is 0-1. So how about that? Look, my quick thoughts real quick off the top of the show. I'm absolutely gutted. However, I'm not angry. I'm just understanding a little bit, you know, when you factor in all the context and all the evidence, PSG for the first 60 minutes of that match really looked like a team that ain't played in about a month. And they started to come to life and show the qualities that they had. I think that they had a number of chances before they actually got that first goal. I don't even remember what minute it was. So let me actually look at the StreamYard here, or not StreamYard, excuse me, the Sofa score. So Kang Lee, wow, in the 85th minute, yeah, that's when it started. So really for me, I remember it was about, I guess Kang and Lee subbed in the 68th minute. Maybe that was it. But I just felt as though it was about 60 minutes of really, really high quality football from a Tottenham perspective specifically, because maybe it was a little bit of their rust. And I think a lot of it was to do with our setup and our shape. The fact that, you know, I'm hearing, you know, I'm Spurs representative, guys, hee. And you know, even though you never, you know, play football or whatever, and you care more about the money aspect of it. But, you know, I've heard different Tottenham reps say, we're not going to play a back five. He's not going to do that. And he did. So he showed something that was the selling point in general when they were trying to sell me the used up Honda. And I got to see some of that. So I will say this. I am more excited for the season now, as of today, Wednesday, August 13th, almost 5 p.m. in the El Paso sun, than I was yesterday. Yesterday, I was really not expecting much from this match. Didn't expect to win. So maybe that's why I'm not so mad. However, we're up 2-0. And it's 70 minutes on. Really, again, I go back to 60 minutes because that's when I recall really starting to see a lot of their chances that they were not capitalizing on. And there was a couple of chances Dembele had where he kind of looked very rusty, like a player who hadn't played in about a month. And again, these guys are just coming back from vacation, and we've played some of the best opponents you can get in world football as of at this juncture in our preseason. So for me, it was not a matter of like, oh, we, you know, didn't win and how could we do that? There is blame, I think, again, like I always say, to every facet from the top down. Obviously, I do blame the board and I do blame Levy, but he was not taking penalties. He was not on the pitch today. He was not subbing out our best players. He was just not funding the things beforehand. So yes, like, in a grand scheme of things, you know, when you're looking for the store manager, the owner of the store to put the blame on for the hair in your food, yes, he will ultimately fall on, he doesn't get away with anything. And I like that. You got to keep the pressure on that bald little bitch. But then I go to the players. And again, if you remember when we had a previous manager who I'm not going to say his name, but he's Australian and his name is 4 letters. So you could, you know, put the clues together. Because if I mention his name, everyone's going to say, oh, get over it. You can't mention him. I'm over it. I've been over it. I've already bought into the fucking stupid ass train. The little, you know, the dude in Sopranos, Bobby Bacala, I think that's his name. He died on a fucking train set, and I'm prepared to die on the Tommy train set as well. Just like I was on the Ainge train, just like I was on the Conte train. I wasn't really hype about the Nuno train, but the Jose train, bro, I am a frequent flyer or a frequent railroad rider. That just sounds a little ayo, so I'm gonna step that one back a little bit. But I just don't think this is a moment for over the top anger or over the top it's okay, let's make excuses. No, let's just be honest and let's hold people accountable to the jobs in which they're employed to do. Like a manager, I was told all last year, the manager's job is to see what's going on the pitch, adapt to it, and see out a result. Now, our coach, manager, our actual real coach, because the one we had before didn't exist and wasn't a real coach. I'm a real boy, Pinocchio settings. Because of that, sorry, I just heard my daughter out there yelling at my wife, and I get triggered because she's been yelling at me all day. So I just kind of thought that she needed me. But, she wasn't real excited about the penalties either. And that's not... Like, it is, to a degree, Frank's fault. Like, maybe you could have trained more penalty taking. But I don't blame him for Matthias Tell going wide of the net. I don't blame him for our center back, who did score a goal, taking a safe penalty. It was a weak penalty, but it was a safe penalty. Like, I don't blame Frank for that. However, I would just say, like, you got to give credit and you got to give blame. Like, I give credit to everybody, including Levy, for getting Mohamed Kudus, because that is the only fucking player that gave me any sort of, well, no, that's not true. Richarlison's press, I think, today was reminiscent of the Europa League final. I thought that once we didn't have him pressing, we looked a lot different. I felt like once Kudus was not receiving the ball, we couldn't hold on to the fucking ball to save our lives. Like, a player's inability to completely do all aspects of their job, there's parts of it that I blame Frank and parts of it that's like, well, I've seen this before. The same shit that I said about Ainge Postecoglou. I blame the owners, the players, and then the manager. And it's in that order. It's always been in that order. So when I say Ainge, don't get upset. It's okay that Ainge never lost a final with Tottenham, but Frank has. It's okay. That's just a fact. Facts don't care about feelings. Feelings care about facts. And, I'm in a bunch of group chats, and the people who are talking the worst to me are Tottenham fans talking about, get over it. And it's like, bro, I didn't even talk about Ainge. And then he's like, Ainge is gone, move on. And I said, so can I speak on Nuno, Jose, or Conte? Let me know the rules. And then they say, I'm 51, mate. I'm not into FIFA. When the fuck did I talk about FIFA, man? I didn't say not a goddamn thing about FIFA, and you over here acting like what? I mean, at the end of the day, we lost a game that we thought we were all gonna not win anyway. Well, not all of us. Paul Hotspur hippie, back to team or go fuck yourself, right in the face is his motto. Oh, I added a little flowers to the bed, but I think you know what I'm saying. Now, again, I just don't think it's a time to be overly angry with Frank, but don't also be overprotective of Frank in the sense like, he did make the substitutions that then made us look a lot worse. I go back to Bayern as well. You could say Bayern's first team will dominate us, yada, yada. Okay, but what about two 17-year-olds I never fucking heard of? I don't know. Now that's, it's this, that. Okay. This to me is the typical meme. It's, on one hand, you can have the same sentence said to a girl, and one is sexual harassment and one is flirting. It's like, I used the comparison, the meme I think specifically was Rick Ross, who, if you don't know who Rick Ross is, he's a big burly fat dude, and him without a shirt, everyone says, ew, man boobs, disgusting, put on a shirt, you fat fuck. But then you got Lizzo, who takes off her clothes, similar body shape and type, and everyone says how empowering and how beautiful it is. It's like, but I mean, people are just going to feel however they want to feel. And I'm just going to say what I feel and what I think and what I believe to be true. And what I do believe to be true is we fucking lost a 2-0 lead. So when a rival fan says that Tottenham bottled it, they're fucking right, because we did. We were up 2-0, conceded in the 85th minute, and then in the 90 plus something minute. So to me, that's a bottle job. If Arsenal did it, we would all be calling them bottle jobs. So, for the sake of authenticity, let's just keep that energy, right? Let's just keep that energy. But anyway, I feel like that's a pretty good way to open the show. Just give you my unbiased, balanced feelings and thoughts about what we saw. And bottom line is, I am more excited for the season than I was yesterday. 24 hours ago, I was a lot more pessimistic. I said on Never a Foul, so you probably heard me say that. And anyone who's been a subscriber or viewed more than just one fucking clip of me on this channel has heard me say that when Mohamed Kudus, A, professional athlete, B, a top-tier professional athlete, and C, an athlete in which I've begged Tottenham to sign for years and years before he went to West Ham, if that guy comes out and says, I want to play for Thomas Frank, who the fuck is Jacob? Who the fuck is Jimmy Joe from, anybody to say X, Y, and Z about Frank as a coach? Because a player I've admired, like, that would just be hypocritical and that would be inauthentic. And I try to be as authentic to myself and to my audience as possible. And I don't want to say my audience like I have some kind of ownership or parasocial relationship reliance upon you guys, but y'all listen. And anyone who's been here can say that I've laid off the whole trailer park Tommy, the old trash can Tom, and all that shit because of what Kudu said. That one man who could say something to change the way that I approach a situation. And then everyone says, that's inauthentic. Get over Ainge. I'm like, bro, I just said I bought in. Get over Ainge. Well, I'm trying to, but when Ainge is in a final, he won it. But also, like, I've accepted that he's not here. He's probably happier to not be here and deal with the entire board and the fans and all the bullshit. He's a multi-millionaire. So if he's on the shout out Jay from the Hotspur Cave, make sure you're subscribed. He was very emotional. And I just found it weird that all that anger and all that was just at the players for not doing the thing, which again, I always say the best chef can cook if he has an entire full service kitchen at his disposal. Now you got fucking a hobo with a can of beans and a open fire. Well, you're going to get some warm beans more than likely. And that's just about it. And I think that is a little bit of what we saw here today. Frank hasn't been properly backed. Just like I've said, Ainge wasn't properly backed. Just like I said, Conte was most definitely not properly backed. Just like I said, Nuno, he wasn't properly backed either. His fucking best player was on strike, essentially, doing a pre-Isak before Isak thing was a thing. He was doing that to Nuno, so I feel bad for that motherfucker. But also Jose wasn't backed. Also Pochettino was. We can fucking do this all day. So it is a common denominator that the manager will not be backed. So when Frank isn't backed, just like the all aforementioned names, it is just. It's like the cops pulling you over for no reason. It's just something that's going to happen. You got to accept it at some point. And, but I do think Thomas has to hold a little bit of mud here. You're making substitutions that then make us look worse. You don't do the thing that they fucking said that Ainge should do. He did that. Well, no, he did. Wait, what am I trying to say? Everybody said Ainge, adapt and see out the result. Tommy did not adapt and he did not see out the result. Again, I go back to the 60th minute. That is in and around the time I started getting worried. I said, I don't know if this two-goal lead's going to hang on like that. Yeah, I'm having fun and I'm dreaming and I'm thinking about my little Tommy going, but I'm also looking at it like, goddamn, they're putting up a lot of chances. Wow, Romero's marking two dudes in the box who there's no one else around, and here comes a third, and it's just kind of ping-ponging off players, and we're getting a little bit lucky. Kind of a lot like I said with Arsenal in the preseason. We were very lucky that their best chances fell to some of their worst finishers. That is a part of the game. You get a little bit of luck, you have a little luck go against you. But at the end of the day, it's down to the players and the manager when the fucking ball's kicked. Now, everything before that, I blame on the owners. But when you look at the 90 specifically, there's a lot of positives from the first 60 minutes, really and truly. Like, anyone who knows how much I like to go live, laugh, love, which is essentially what I felt like today was. A lot of live, laugh, love. But we did have a couple little special moments in there, like Frank said, hopefully we get, and hopefully he's right that is going to continue. I actually do have his post-match quotes here that I do want to listen to in a second. But real quick, let me again say, Shout out to everyone who's here, whether you're new or you're a frequent flyer of the channel. Know that I appreciate you. Leave a comment, like, subscribe, or don't. Like, I feel as though YouTubers do the pressure. Like, you better like this video or I'm gonna fucking spit in your breakfast. And it's like, no, I don't. It's all good. Like, you don't have to. I don't like videos that I feel pressured into liking. I don't like videos unless I like them. So if you feel like you like it or you feel, obliged to like the video, go ahead and do it. But if not, don't worry about it. If you don't, you're going to live, I'm going to live, everyone's going to live if you don't like and subscribe. It just helps the channel. I think we're at 6.6 thousand on the road to 6.7 thousand. Yay. Very non-consequential numbers there. Big up John Long, big up Tottenham Ranger, random guy. See y'all in the house. I'm actually very far behind in the chat. Y'all been killing it already. Luke is here. Big up Luke. Massively proud of the lads. Yeah, I thought that 60 minutes, at least with the starters that we have out there, specifically in Kudus, I have hope. And I think if you actually get a fucking 10, we might actually do some business. I might actually start upping my predictions from mediocrity. I kind of figured we get top 10 for sure, and maybe to a couple quarters and a couple of the competitions, not Champions League. That's kind of where I felt. But after today, I really feel as though my hopes have been risen through a loss, which doesn't really. I'm trying to imagine a time in which that has happened, because every time we lost, I was fucking pissed. I didn't really feel good. I was like, oh, we just got to do this or we got to do that. And then we didn't. And then we continued to lose. So this is well, you just do what you did in that 60 and then you can win. And that's, I guess, how I kind of cope. Paulo Mariotti says he's not even mad, just disappointed. I don't believe in Frank, but he definitely coached a win tonight. For 60 minutes, for sure he did. Tel's got a basketball head. Is that racist? I don't know. Gutted. I'm gutted. And I think two things can be true at the same time. You could be gutted that we didn't win because we were ahead. There was over an hour of me believing we were going to win this. So yeah, naturally as a human with my emotions involved to this club, I'm going to be gutted at the result. But I'm also a little excited for the season. And again, if you know me, I ain't been too excited. It's been more hee, just say yes, guys. But I really think Live, Laugh Football may be here for the better. And we're all going to live, laugh, and love together. And hopefully we're going to have a magic moment, like our manager says. And I thought today we showed some magic moments. That when Van de Ven scored, when Romero scored, when those two goals went in, those were pretty special. But we lost. So it's you play to win the game. It's that simple. And we didn't. But we were right fucking there against the best team in Europe. Not arguably, factually. Yes, factually as well. They had not played a match in about a month, and it took them about 60 minutes to start looking like a team that played together before today. But, Kvaratskhelia, Stinker, and Hook. Hold that. Pesare Pui. Who the fuck is that guy? Also, I do want to say this. This might be the first time in my life that I know what it's like to hurt from the foot of a South Korean shot like that. Kang, you motherfucker. Zapur, shout out Zapur. He texted me after the match. He said, see, if we would have just signed Kang in the summer, like I said, he would have never scored that goal and we'd be champions. But I love a hypothetical like that. They're also, this is a good question to bring up. Basuma coming onto the pitch in that moment, would he have been able to help us see out the result? I don't know. But what I do know is, factually, Tommy is disciplining him. He said, Basuma, you're a naughty bad boy. Spanking. Now go to your room. I do think, again, this is a hypothetical, a prediction, so nothing based in factual evidence, nothing based in anything other than my perception and opinion. I do think Basuma would have done better than Gray in the situations that Gray was put under the microscope. Absolutely. Solanke was good, but not 100%. Yeah, I think you could see that as well. Very well taken penalty, probably the best one taken of the night by any fucking team. Thomas is a fraud for those subs. I thought the subs were shocking as well. Richarlison was looking spent, though. The Kudus sub was weird. Was Paulinho really spent? This is the one. So Kudus, that I don't agree with at all. I think that is a problem. Richarlison, I think, he did look spent, but that's because his press was fucking nonstop for at least 60 minutes or so. And to me, that is a huge positive to take away. Again, I credit him a lot with how Richarlison played in that European final specifically, because I thought that he was a large part of the reason we were able to win, without GA especially. Where were Biz and Johnson? Basuma is a naughty boy. He's in his room serving timeout. Johnson did not see the pitch. Yeah, what's up with Brendan Johnson? He didn't get to touch the pitch at all. That's a weird one. Matthias Tell for Kudus, maybe the worst substitute I've seen thus far. Spence looked completely gassed in 90 minutes running up and down. This is again where I go back to the club has failed the manager, but the manager hasn't done himself any favors. He said yes to Ben Davies. He heard Daddy Davies and he said yes. He factually said yes. So when we have a right back who I agree looks spent, fucking cooking and pocketing the likes of fucking Hakimi, the best right back in the world, arguably, and Kvaratskhelia, a guy we were all wetting the fucking jillies for. Hey, he was cooking, but there's only so long the motherfucker can run around and do that job with only one fucking. He's not even a left back. That's just his makeshift position because he's good at it. I just think, hey, that's on the manager. That's on the owners. Absolutely. It's just, again, I just go back to 64, maybe it was 67, somewhere around there is when I was like, God, I feel like they're getting a lot of chances here. It's kind of reminding me of the Arsenal preseason match. They started, you know, warming up a little bit, creating some chances, and we got lucky to not be paying for some of those chances. And I think that happens in any match, really, specifically. But when you're looking at a team like PSG go from 0 to their full capability like they did in the last fucking 10 minutes of that match, you know, the precursors was there. You could tell that the microwave was on. It's just a matter of how hot is the fucking food in the microwave, and is the middle still frozen, goddammit? I don't know if people in the UK even have microwaves. Do y'all use microwaves in the UK? Can someone tell me in the chat? The subs were sus. I do agree with that as well. Big up Matty K, big up Jacob. Very happy with Frank. I'm very happy with that first 60 minutes. I'm very excited to go forward as well. Sar was amazing. I thought Sar was doing everything that motherfucker could do. Shout out Sar. I think today also solidifies he's still been our best player under Frank so far. For whatever that's worth, even when we played him at the 10. Big up Mountain Bushman. Mountain Bushman. Big up to you. Romero lost his first final thanks to Frank. Fuck off. I don't think it's a matter of like, go fuck yourself, Frank. It's just like, you know, he lost. He didn't adapt. He didn't see the result out. Not good enough. Big up Velter Tomp over there on the kick. I think I'm very close to 15 followers. So Valter, if you want to be number 15, be my guest. Like the Beauty and the Beast says, it's not luck, it's all math and strategy. I started small and scaled up once I got the hang of it. Are you a bot or are you real? Because I was talking about luck. Would Kingsky get a chance now? I mean, I don't know too much what we're really going to blame on Vicario because, you know, yeah, I guess he didn't technically save a penalty, which is not good. But also, like, he didn't do anything for 80 minutes. He was just hanging out. And as a goalkeeper, it's very easy to turn the mentals off. Maybe it's just because of my attention span. But I don't know. It's not 10 pot. I would absolutely no. Fuck no. It's not 10 pot. Hell no. It is massive. And I think any Spurs fan saying it's 10 pot, it's this, it's that, they're trying to cope. And if anything, we should try to be kind to those people because coping, you know, hey. Go ahead and cope. I was an Ainge believer and he won. I said Frank wasn't a winner and he lost, but others see it different. I mean, he did. He did. We did. We all lost today, technically, because we all could have been talking about that Supercup, and then they would have been presenting it in front of Burnley, and then we would have dunked on Burnley's dookie ass. Like, get the fuck out of here, Burnley. Like, Burnley? I don't even know Lee like that. Why you want me to burn him? There he is. Hotspur Hippie says, good performance. Back the team or fuck off. What I would say is your Tommy stocks took a little punch in the gut there, Hotspur Hippie.
Bang! Go fucking cry about it, buddy.
Yeah, buddy. Go fucking cry about it. But yeah. I still thought, again, There's a lot there that made me excited for the season coming up. Writing 10 pot after losing makes it so obvious. Yeah, I definitely didn't say 10 pot. You know, maybe someone in the chat didn't. I missed it. We was 5 times better tonight compared to the Europa League final. Well, I mean, that's like, I'm not even going to say the comparison that came to my mind, Destiny 5. But what I would say is let's just go with the PG version. It's apples to oranges. You're comparing a final where we're fucking on fumes, no legs, missing body parts versus a shit United. Yes. And this is a team getting ready to, we're allegedly match fit. They're just not comparable, in my opinion. To say like our performance today was better or worse than the performance in Europa, because what I would say is at the end of the day, all that, like, my rebuttal to that would simply be you either win or you lose when it comes to a cup final. And the evidence is there. I don't even got to say it. It was a massive choke. Yeah, we did. There's no other way around it. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Big up to Butter Pants. Just a harmless potato. Big up to you. Benito's talking to someone. I'm going to keep scrolling through the chat here. I'm way behind. I'm just trying to hit up some of the members, make sure they feel seen. Great team performance. Looks good for the new season. Yeah. Great team performance. It does look good. I'm excited for the season. Absolutely. We really deserve this one. I thought so too. I feel like the players might be able to use this feeling, and hopefully we use it to spur ourselves on. Terrible game plan by Frank, says Benny Bang. Our offense was terrible. Set pieces are... Yo, Danso's got a motherfucking long throw. You want to talk about a long throw? That motherfucker's got a throw that's like Stretch Armstrong. That shit, god damn. I do love me some Danso. I think he made a couple mistakes there towards the end. But in the first 60 minutes, man, Danso was so impressive. He was going forward. He was teching. He even tried to nutmeg a dude in the final third. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be a center back. But I like Danso a lot. It feels really nice to have a center back that I'm like, that is at least third in line, or like today presents us with the option to go with 3 or 5 at the back. And I love the fact that we saw something different today, because Thomas Frank said, I'm going to adapt, which is what everyone fucking wanted. And he did it. And I like that, because everyone can fucking say he adapted. But again, Spurs YouTuber, those snaky Spurs YouTubers, you know the ones I'm talking about. The ones that say, he'll never D5 at the back, mate. You're looking quite silly right now, I must admit. All the expert tacticos that say, this is what he's going to do. I'm the first to always say, I don't know what the fuck he's going to do. This is what I think might happen, though. And other people are like, no, I know a guy, and he said in the bathroom stall that we're not going to do that. And it's like, oh, is that what you heard? All right. That's exactly how I'm listening. Okay. Yeah. Keep talking. Keep on talking. Keep on talking. Hit that like button, chat. Big up. Chris Peters making sure to remind everyone there's over 200 people here, so it'd be really sick if we could hit 100 while we're here on the live. Won't be going for too much longer, because I do actually, got to go to work today. YouTube ain't like my full-time thing. I do see, though, we're over 50 likes, and some people have subscribed. We hit 6.7K. Woohoo! Yay! We may not have won the Supercup, but that's okay. We won the motherfucking 6.7K Cup.
You got someone. Don't you love when I come around? What'd he say? Build you up, then I'll take you down.
That's a fucking banger. But it is what it feels like. We still stay stinging through the 6.7K despite the slap upside the head. And again, a slap upside the head ain't going to kill us. So I don't think either extreme is really like, y'all, again, know how pessimistic and not positive, I guess. I've been very negative today. Right? Because I've said not like, Tommy, it's okay, live, laugh, love, put it on a throw pillow, give me 9 minutes of fucking PR, which this is only 3-minute video that I have here. So I do want to listen to what the gaffer says. Let's see if it's, going to piss me off. Again, 9 minutes is too much. 8 minutes, 7 minutes is too much for me to listen to Thomas Frank PR pieces, because that's exactly what they are. Fucking hopefully live, laugh, love, dream a little dream. But that's not a diss on him as a manager. That's just a diss on him in front of the camera when he's answering questions. And they're like, hey, so we're asking you a question that we want an actual answer to. And he goes, you see this bush? I'm going to just run right around it until you forget what you fucking asked me. And that's why I say, put it on a throw pillow. Sell it at Ross. If you're if you know what Ross is, like a secondhand retailer, basically.
How you saw it?
First and foremost, I'm extremely proud of the team, the players.
Me too.
The fans, the club. I think
Me too.
We showed that we can compete, and more than compete, against one of the best teams in the world, maybe the best team in the world right now. And basically for 75, 80 minutes, close to play the perfect match, up 2-0.
That's where my first disagreement is. I think we did play a perfect match of deserving of a win for about 60 minutes. Then there was about 10, 15 minutes where we were like really under pressure, and then we conceded after a few substitutions.
80 minutes, close to play the perfect match, up 2-0.
Yeah, up 2-0. I agree with all that, but just not the duration. So he said 80 minutes, I think. I think it was about 60, maybe 65. But that is still a really good amount versus my expectations. My expectations were not very high. I thought, again, I can't reiterate this enough because everyone's going to be like, get over age. It's nothing to do with age. I'm just saying. He made substitutions. We started conceding. Sexual harassment versus flirting. But, from my standpoint, I wasn't harsh on Ainge in those times. So I'm trying to bring a little bit of balance and not be too harsh on Thomas, my little Tommy gun, because we almost fucking won that thing. And I actually didn't think that there was 2 chances in hell that we would or could. And we actually looked like we could, which is cool, man. Tommy's giving me some life. So, yeah, but I disagree. Well, I don't think it was 80 minutes of a perfect match because did he not see the pressure that we were under? Did he not see the chances they were creating but failing to execute on? That is where I'm pointing and saying he should have done something then.
And that's, of course, what makes it so brutal. And then even we're going into the penalty shootout where it's a flip of a coin. So many positives. But football is about winning. So brutal. But
My bad, Schmick. You'll use microwaves.
Is, in the end, key.
Real quick, are your fucking microwaves, do you have to arrange the food on the plate a certain way for it to heat up evenly? Because goddamn, I learned that if you create a empty space in the middle of a bowl and have all the food around it, like in the letter of an O, that it heats more evenly, especially if you put a little dash of water in there. Look, learning the fucking art of microwaves is it's taken me 30 years to get to this point, so come on now, put some respect on my motherfucking microwave game. Thomas Frank.
Good performances that over time will bring us success, and this was good start.
And Thomas,
Good
fans
start,
will be so intrigued as to how you saw it tactically, because tonight it looked like a real tactical battle out there, and the lads had to work incredibly hard as well.
Before he answers that, I also want to say I thought we looked very solid as a unit. If we were trying, the Power Rangers, I may be dating myself a little bit here, but when I was a kid, it was a show with the Power Rangers and shit. They'd fucking link up and then become one big, one was the foot, one was the arm, one was the leg, and then one was the head, and then they all met in the body and controlled the whole body. I feel like we were closer to Power Rangers FC today than we really had been for a good while. Because even with Ainge, successfully winning a final like we were unable to do today, there was a lot of times where there just wasn't real cohesion, where there looked like there was a lot of, hey, you do this, and they're doing something else, and you're like, and then we turn the ball over. There was a lot of that with Ainge Postecoglou. But with Thomas, it more or less, to me, when we do have the ball, it looked like, and we didn't have too much of the ball too. It kind of seemed like we were like, go ahead, PSG, what you going to do? And they were just going to fart around for a while. But we looked pretty cohesive as a unit. We looked pretty on the same page, if you will. So that is another positive to take into the season. Again, I'm going to say it again. I am more positive today going into the season than I was yesterday because of what we saw. And that is also credit to fucking Tommy boy. My little Tommy gun, my little berete. You know, if only he would have adapted and saw the result, guys. Played like Stoke City. Football is result business. From Ainge ball to back to Conte ball. What the fuck are we doing? We're not back to Conte ball, Benny guy. We're playing live, laugh, love ball. And again, everyone's like, what is it? I say we're live, laugh, love ball. And people are like, oh, ha, ha, he's taking the piss. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Now, maybe I need to get the whiteboard out and get some magnets, steal my kids' magnets, and then I'll shuffle them around and I'll show you how live, laugh, ball works. Live, laugh, love ball. But that's what we're doing. And I'm here for it at this point. I mean, what the fuck am I going to do when you go into Cindy's house? Fucking Cindy, of course, has a goddamn live, laugh, love poster on the wall. Bitch. Or it's like those people that are so like, did you know, bro? Realize. Look at that. It's like, oh, wow, so profound. We're embarking on a new precipice of human ingenuity. Go fucking cry about it, buddy. I am gutted. Very gutted. Jacob, the operation was successful, but the patient...
Why?
Bro, why you do this to me, you fucking asshole? That's hilarious. God damn. Hey, we successfully put this is the human centipede. God damn it. We have successfully attached lips to anuses here, boys, but everybody died. It's like, well, then were we successful? I'm gonna move on. Bro, Danso impressed me too. Those fucking throw-ins, man. Wow. I didn't know he had it like that, bro. I mean, I'll be honest, my shoulders, I broke my collarbone back in the day. And I'll be honest, like just, I maybe need to see physiotherapist. Like, that's crazy. Big up Marco. El Chuco Spurs. Stop shitting on Frank. We did fucking amazing. 7. When did I shit on Frank, bro? I've given him a lot of credit today in this last 39 minutes. And I've said that he's made me more excited. I've said a lot of good things. Maybe this is old. Hang on, 5:20. This was 6 minutes ago. When was I being mean? When was I shit? Like, I genuinely don't know when I shitted on Frank, though. I can't lie. When did I don't know. I don't know. Big up 7, though, every single time, regardless. I don't think I was shitting on Frank. I think I was just being critical of the things that I saw and the moments in which I thought he could have, done what everyone expected Ainge to do and adapt and do that. And he adapted with the lineup and with the tactic, right? Like, he became like Bruce Lee, like water. He took the form of the cup we were in, but then the shit started to change. And that's my point, is like in the 60-some minute, the shit started to change. And that's maybe when we should have changed something, if in fact this adaptation, this malleability, this ability to form in whatever Voss bowl cup fucking thing we're in, if that's what we're saying is the right thing to do, then he did not do that. That's all I'm saying. I didn't think that was shitting on him. I think it was just being honest. Big up Jordan. Big up Jordan. Tell was a bad sub, though. That's an atrocious sub. But also part of it is like, that's his signing, right? Like he we signed him when Frank was here, right? Our fans seem happy with the loss. Some do. Some are live, laugh, loving about it. And I think that that's okay, because there are things that, again, made me excited for the season. There's something to be said that the fact every YouTube channel you watched, every sports broadcasting network, like if you were in America watching Paramount Plus or CBS or whatever the fuck, and you were listening to those analysts before the match like me, they didn't give us a motherfucking chance off of dog's titty to get a fucking win here. And we went to extra time and pins. And that's actually like what I had hoped for. That was our good. If shit goes good, we got the coin flip of fucking penalties, which I don't really feel confident in our penalty takers because we've been losing the best ones like Madison and Son. My headphone's beeping at me that it's gonna die, but I guess we'll just try and power through without a headphone because it's going beam boom in my fucking ear. I'm definitely not happy with the loss, but I'm not angry with it either. You know, it's chokers always look impressive apart from the winning part. you dog. Oh, you know who this reminds me of? The Bournemouth manager. Speak about Ainge, it's fine. Fans of all clubs speak about their ex-managers. Exactly. I feel like it's okay, right? Like we can reference our fucking other people who've been at the club, and if it's factual evidence and not just like biased agenda, I feel like that's absolutely allowed. I don't know what's allowed or not. I don't read the fucking rule book or a goddamn. Does any man actually read the fucking instruction manual on how to put shit together? Like when this fucking cooling fan came from my PlayStation, I wasn't like, oh governor, I've got to read the book in it before I fucking attach it to. No, motherfucker, I'll figure that shit out. Cause I look at it and then I look at this and then you know, I don't need no motherfucking instructions on how to build a bookshelf. Goddamn Abraham Lincoln built log cabins. Where was his fucking instruction manual? Not happy, but I thought we'd get destroyed. I did think it would be a lot less impressive than it was today, to be honest. Frank has average players. He can only do so much. Same could be said for any of those four name managers, Jose, Ainge, Nuno, and even the five-letter one. At this club, at these players, you can change the Tottenham, but you can't take the Tottenham out of the Tottenham unless the Tottenham want to change the Tottenham. But the Tottenham has only looked like we literally are like that dude on Ozempic, for real. Like people think we've been, oh, what's your workout? What's your, you know, you must be hitting the gym. No, bitch, I'm stabbing my stomach with some fucking drug that helps me not be so fat. That's what we're doing. Come on, man. Let him slide. He almost won his first top flight trophy. Well, you know, this was his first final, and I was just gonna say, let me sit back and see what the man with the arguably some of the best head of hair, best lettuce that we've seen in the league.
Tyler says his hair is his moneymaker. Whoa, it looks like you're broke.
It does look like we're broke today. But yeah, how many of us thought we'd lose 4 or 5-0? I didn't think 4 or 5-0, in my opinion. Schmick. Oh, Schmick, you savvy son of a bitch. You got me. You got me. Disappointed in the end with tonight, but I'm happy to be disappointed. I love you so much. What, James? What is e-swim? But I'm happy to be disappointed. If you shall walk in me. I don't know what this last part. Bro, yesterday I got hit with some fucking new kids bop ass acronym. What was it for go fuck yourself, buddy? Or no, what was it? Shut your bitch ass up. He was like, see bow, hee hee. See bow yourself, hee hee hee. And I'm like, bro, what are you speaking Welsh? What the fuck you talking about? See bow. And apparently it's what the kids type as an acronym because they can't fully type out apparently shut your bitch ass up. But I'll be honest, if I'm ever saying C-bow instead of shut your bitch ass up, someone better check on me because I'm not okay. Bro was blind when it came to Ainge, but now has Frank under a microscope. Clearly you just walked in when you heard something that you didn't like, but yeah, I don't really agree. Because I feel like I was pretty balanced with my approach in both regards. Yeah. I would suggest listening to the other 40 minutes, main head. And then I'm curious to know if you do still feel this way. Because again, I've said it 4 fucking times, but I'll say it 5 fucking times. So maybe everyone will fucking get the goddamn message. I am more excited for Tottenham this season today than I was yesterday. Okay? It has nothing to do with motherfucking Ainge. Now, again, the thing that it has to do with Ainge is the fucking energy, the comparisons, the constant, he needs to do this. But then when there's a glaring hole that Tom should have done it, well, that's flirting. But when Ainge does it, it's sexual harassment. Body empowerment versus body shaming. It just doesn't make sense to me. But like, I'm gutted we didn't win. And I'm also happy with what I saw because it gives me more hope going forward than I had before today. Because 60 minutes of that, like Tom said, was fucking perfect in my opinion. He coached a win. The wheels started to fall off when they made changes and adapted to their situation, and then we failed to do that to ours. But like, again, Tommy gets some blame pie, players get blame pie, and I left pie at the fucking lodge for Levy as well. The result was no doubt disappointing, but I agree, Jacob, the first 60 minutes was class. If anything, it just highlighted our need for depth. Like every fucking, this is my point though, like every manager needed more depth. He's not a unicorn in this fucking instance of like, oh, well, Tom, you know, he's the one who's been like, if anything, he is a better forward in Mohamed Kudus than Nuno ever. Well, I guess Nuno had a better, you know, he has Sonny. Nice one, Sonny. We looked worse after the subs. Yeah. I mean, I think Paulinho had to be subbed. That motherfucker ain't played barely, 120 minutes in 120 months, something like that. That's obviously a gross exaggeration. I thought Tottenham played fantastic. We were solid, resilient, stopped PSG playing in the midfield. Sar's version of Frank, or Frank's version of Sar, whatever it is, I like this Sar a lot. He's a bad boy. But he also, you know, under Ainge, he did get that assist, by the way. Richie played well. The sub showed lack of depth we need to buy. Absolutely agree with this. You know, and again, these things that we're all saying, it's not like black and white, right? Like I can say I think this and you say you think that, and like we could both be correct technically. How's that? Everybody's right. You get a correct notice. Why are we support Pens? We never win shootouts. The last shootout I do remember winning was versus Chelsea in the Carabao Cup when they had Frank Lampard, I believe it was. Did we get money from this though? We would have gotten 5 million had you win, but what does 5 million euros really do? I mean, for me, it fucking changes my life and my family's life, but for the Tottenham, I don't know that it changes the Tottenham. Spurs King says, Vicario was awful on pins, didn't get anywhere near saving one. You know, yeah. I sympathize with goalkeepers and penalties. Again, this is a biased take here because I played goalkeeper for 23 years of my life. That shit's hard. It's hard. It's harder to save a penalty than it is to convert one, in my opinion. That shit is hard. Maybe I just wasn't that good of a goalkeeper, but I always remember being like, which way is he fucking shooting this ball? I don't know. So I would just dive and guess. And 8 out of 10 times, 8, 9, 10 out of 10 times, they just go straight down the middle because it's the safe Sally choice, which is what Van de Ven did, which is why I'm not too upset with him for, you know, our center back doing the on target. I am mad at Tell though, because what the fuck? You're supposed to fucking be a fucking attacker and you're supposed to fucking be able to kick the fucking ball into that net area. And no, neither one happened. Fucking A. My head is fully gone, says Lucan. That's understandable. I'm gutted. I'm not angry though. Levy failed to provide quality early enough for the subs to come on and see out the game. What? I don't get that. Because Matthias Tell was bought ASAP and all the other subs they've been here. And everyone on the bench outside of Luka Vuskovic and Junai Byfield, which I don't know who that is. I think an academy player. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench. That's like, why? Why? Actually, I should have played the clip. We had 2 goalkeepers on the bench.
Why?
Yeah, why? We can't play youngsters against top sides. Well, Bayern can play youngsters against us and then kick our ass with them, apparently. If you see what I mean. Oh, if you see what I mean. James, you're making me younger here, so thank you very much for that, James Sheffield. Is your last name Sheffield, or is this like the town that you live in? Because I know Sheffield is a town, much like Worcestershire and Norwich. Love that. Joe Phillips, if you see what I mean. Okay, thank you, Joe Phillips. Y'all are all younger than me, I guess. Microwaves rotate the opposite way in Australia. Same as toilets, I've heard. And also in Australia, you can say that this is a knife, but factually, that's not a knife, is what I've been told. So I've been told. At least the boys won't be drunk for Burnley. Oh, my headphone died. Oh, no. Hee hee. My headphone's dead. Hee hee. Oops. What time? Shit. I am late for work by 39 minutes. But I'm going to be honest. Work can hold that. Big up Mainhead. I'm just taking the piss out. Okay. Because I was like, I feel very balanced because I'm not even angry. Like all those times I was shitting on Tommy, I was actually angry. But again, Muhammad Kudus, those sweet words that spoken out of his fucking mouth, talking real nice to me. And they convinced me, Jacob, stop disrespecting because what the fuck do you know compared to me? And I can accept that. Cannot wait for the Burnley match. Come on, you Spurs. These players will be hungry to play. I do think they'll fucking have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And also, if you can go like that against PSG, the reigning Champions League champions, you surely, but don't call me Shirley, you should be able to go out and fucking stomp on the throat of Burnley and impose your will. However, I'm curious. I haven't actually watched Burnley last year. I don't know. Do they play like they did under Company? Do they sit in a low block? I'm curious to see how we're going to play in a low block because not once this preseason have we looked like a side that wants to play with the ball at their feet, that wants possession. I'd be very interested to see what that looks like if Burnley does have a low block. I have no idea, though. Roll VT. What are you talking about, mate? I don't know what you're talking about. And I'm Jason Statham. I'm a working man. Just want to save me daughter and my 3 wives. 2 from Chinese descent. It's every Jason Statham movie. He's got a wife he's got to save, a kid that's in danger that he's got to save. It's fucking beautiful. I love to see it. But also, like, if you've seen one, you've seen them all. Because I'm a working man. Where am I at? As per my earlier comment, big up Cal Agent. I think I missed your earlier comment, my G. Apologies for that. Shout out to YouTube chat member every single time. It's shit like this that I can't stand because it's just a matter of time before Frank gets the same treatment. Are we stuck in this loop for eternity because fans don't know what they want? I think fans know what they don't want more than what they do. It's like when my wife says, do you have any ideas for what you're going to make for dinner tonight? Or maybe there's something you want me to make. Or maybe we should order food. And I just say, I don't know what the fuck I want. And then she says something, I'm like, meh. And it's like, I know what I don't want, but I do not know what I actually want. And when you do that, you're basically a dog chasing your tail. And I agree with you, Cal. Because to me, it's the same old story. There's moments this transfer window where it looked like we're trying to not be the same old story, so that, you know, there's hope there as well. I do like that. Jacob, you whopper. Come on, Leo. Big up. Good to see you. Do they use analytics on PKs now? I don't know, Smacky. I don't know. Elijah says depression. I did enjoy Elijah's video. Why don't y'all go attack Elijah? Why don't y'all tell him he's an Ainge sexual and obsessed with Ainge? He did a Frank is on fraud watch. I never said that yet or verbatim. How about that? Tell us a 25-26 murder. Yo, Zapur, his beef with Matthias Tell is going to feed a generation, I swear. Hello, Yakub. Was rooting for you to dig Arsenal, but you've done your usual.
Bang! Go fucking cry about it, buddy.
This time we were the ones getting punched in the stomach, though, unfortunately. So, but I'll be honest, maybe we'll eat more chicken nuggets at lunchtime and we'll make it.
I can't hit my protein. 52 bomber blood clot, pussy wagon, chicken nuggets.
Chicken nuggets. I'm getting hungry if you can't tell. Andrew says, you've been balanced, Jacob. The hardcore Frank lovers are in cope mode. The Frank sexuals, if you will. The Tomophiles. Is that what we're saying? Or is it Francophiles? I can't remember. You have more chance of saving a pins diving one way than to keep switching. That's what I typically did. But then sometimes when they were really getting into my head, I was overthinking and second guessing. And then that really don't look good. Big up Jacob says, X Superbian Propeller. Big up Jacob. Big up to you. Winning the Super Cup isn't for everyone, Jacob, unfortunately, but you came close. First of all, big up to you. Hopefully you're not offended. Wait, is that a City logo? If so, give me motherfucking Savinho. Give me Savinho, because if we don't get Savinho, then this is what we're going to be. I needed that trophy because I wanted some yellow diamonds to look like PP.
Diamonds look like PP.
Yellow diamonds do, in fact, look like PP. Big up Safi for the raid. Appreciate that. We got 240 of y'all in the house. What is that? Come on, we better be on 100 likes. And if not, like, the fuck am I gonna do about it? Cry? Complain? Maybe. There's 91. So out of 243, maybe we can get 9 more people to smash on that like button. Maybe tickle that like button just a little bit. Shit, do whatever you want to do. Maybe get to Tommy two-hand touching that like button. Which again, shout out Tommy for the touching, because we actually got 2 goals versus PSG. I thought maybe we'd score 1, to be honest, but we scored 2. That's really good. Jonathan G, hello. Big up. Good to see you in the house. YouTube chat member says, hope you're well, bro. I woke up, looked at the score 2-0 at 84th minute, thought, great, Jacob will be jumping. Then got out of the shower at 2-2. Jonathan, we did not adapt. So they came to life. Like, I think it was a perfect storm, if you will, Jonathan. It was a matter of us not adapting to what was happening, and it was continuing to happen. Then they adapted to make what was happening even more effective, essentially. And then we continued to fail to do anything about it. Then we conceded. But again, hey, Jonathan, 60 minutes, that first 60 minutes of Frankie versus PSG, that's like a goddamn day at the ballpark with a fucking hot dog glizzy in your hand and an ice cold brewski in the other hand. And I don't even drink alcohol. God damn it. And I don't even like processed pork like that neither. It's haram. Burnley will park the bus. Will be hard to break down. Levy has so far failed to provide enough quality. Agree with all of that, and thank you for the info. I had no idea. Don't watch Burnley. They're a fucking dusty-ass, crusty-ass toenail club. I don't fucking give a fuck about no gussy-ass Burnley. What the fuck we talking about, boy? Gooner boy. America rules. Big up Gooner Lee. Yeah, the guy who... There's 2 times I've seen him on a stream, and both times he's crying and complaining about something. And both times we're very far apart. I'm wondering if in the in-between, if he doesn't cry and... The global sport is only understood by people who are here at this GPS location. Not... Please. Fucking cry about it, buddy.
Bang! Go fucking cry about it, buddy.
Oh no. America watches the sport that we invented that we can't fucking win at, that everyone who's actually good in this league is not actually from this nation, and we don't fucking even beat USA. Oh no.
If I wanted to blow, I'll fucking blow. You understand me?
Yeah, I hope y'all do understand me, because I could make it a little bit more clear. The thing that y'all love the most, you can't even gatekeep. And I ain't talking about football. I'm talking about getting teabagged, baby. Talk about the Boston Tea Party. Fuck your teabags, motherfuckers. Oh my God. I saw him crying in Kaz's chat. An American said Van der Veen. How dare he not use the proper Queen's English in it, bruv. Shut your bitch ass up. Give a fuck what anyone think about how I pronounce any goddamn word. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck, dog. I really don't. Like, I close my computer and all of this stuff is quiet. Pooper Lee don't exist. That fucking xenophobic, little small-minded, self-righteous, pretentious cunt. That clip was fucking embarrassing. Then you got Daps. He's right, you know. He's right. He's right. He's right, guys. It's like, bro, give it up. Give it up. Sent that to someone, said Ainge would have had us lose 9-0 for context. Okay. Yeah. Like, I did say this on Never a Foul in regards to the whole Ainge would have won this or Ainge would have lost this. Irrelevant. That's like saying if only coach would have started me in high school, I'd be a pro athlete by now. Well, guess what? It didn't happen. Well, if Cindy Lou Who asked me to the ballerina ball, I would have had a dance partner and I wouldn't have been a fucking fat incel on YouTube all day sitting in my mom's basement with Cheeto dust on my belly button. But guess what? Cindy Lou Who ain't asked your dusty ass to no motherfucking ballerina ball. Staffy's opinion for sure doesn't matter, but it's not because he's American. Well, I'm not going to say that live. Spurs were so much better, though. Big up AJ Valdez. We looked, I'll say this again for those of you who just came in. I am more excited for the season today than I was 24 hours ago because of what I saw. 60 minutes, fantastic. But again, we failed to win. We failed to see out the result. Factual. Fact. Not my opinion. Just fact. Isn't it? Bruv. It's like if you got eyes and a brain and ears, you can't fucking watch the sport. You better check in with your GPS location. And this ain't, I'm gonna stop there. Tell's 12-minute appearance made Savio's price go up by $1 a minute. Well, that's unfortunate because it already looks like they've priced us out. What they say, they won't accept less than 80, and our initial offer was 50. So we're off the mark by allegedly 30 mil. I don't see us meeting that. Mito chats. Hey, shout out Mito, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Best Egyptian to ever grace the pitch. Talk to me nicely. Fazil, big up. Let's go. Come on, man. My prediction was 1-0 to the Spurs. I had 1-1 going to pens. Jokingly, I said 6 pussyclot, bumbleclot eggs to 4. Wait, what's the clip? It was 6. 3 pussyclot in there.
With 3 pussyclot in there. That is some fuck with Steven. We can't support you no more. No. Get the fuck out of the house. Look on the bumbleclot plate of egg. How much egg you fry? 6 bomber ass clot, pussy bomber blood clot egg. 6 blood clot egg, dead dog. You ever work in a day that bomber clot life? You damn 6 egg. You know what we can feed? We put 6 egg? Huh? We can make a dinner for people. A big dinner for like a whole family.
Yeah, so my joking score was 6-3 for the Tottenham. But then I was like, maybe that'll be the penalty number. But then that actually didn't make sense because you wouldn't get to 6. So that's because I'm American. My GPS location made me stupid, guys. Hee ha ha. Hey Jacob, I'm gonna big up Tom Lowry. At 2-0 with 5 minutes to go, we can't lose that game, but we did. Outstanding for 70 minutes. 70, I'll give you, okay. I said 60, maybe 65. But, this is just pulling hairs at this point. Solid for a further 15, but couldn't get the job done. PSG didn't deserve that. Nope. But, people shithouse their way to wins all the time. And PSG did just that. Because, again, like a microwave, they were heating up. We were allowing that to happen whilst doing nothing about it, whilst making ourselves weaker by bringing in a couple of different subs. I don't have anything to say about the Paulinho sub other than that makes sense because he looks gassed. Richarlison looked gassed. Bro, I would have fucking squeezed that Kudus rag till there was not a goddamn drop of liquid left. I'll be so honest. Gunnar Lee's clickbait. He's clickbait and he don't even have a channel. Bro is twerking. Bro, he is shaking his ass at the strip club and he ain't even taking the dollar bills. He's like, I'm shaking my ass for someone else to take that money up off the floor while my coochie out here shooting ping pong balls at your face. What the fuck? What the fuck? That's even worse. That's even worse. Oh, what's that? We have an update from Fabrizio Romano.
El Satora, here we go, or should I say today's my name's Fabrizio Romano here with some exclusive news. Your deadline day video was the most watched of the transfer window. Well done and good luck for the future.
Shout out Twist My Nips for that accomplishment. Hello, mate. Remember me. Big up the ketchup. Hey, I'm talking about mustard today, baby. We ain't talking about no ketchup. We're talking about relish. We're talking about goddamn mayonnaise. Ain't no motherfucking ketchup. Big up to you, but also...
Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Hey, get the fuck out of here because I'm gonna fuck you out right now, motherfucker. Hey, you are a horrible fighter, man. You never gonna get the fight, man. You are.
Yeah, man. You never want to get the fight, man. Get the fuck out of here. Big up Elijah for the raid, but too much of E. Shout out E every single time. My dog, my G, my general. You know, when my daughter first danced to Tupac for the first time, he is the first dude that I let know. So if you're a stan for some Tupac, you think the kids need to listen to more Tupac, Elijah's, well, I mean, he doesn't have kids, but like, I think you get what I'm saying anyway. Be proud you played well. It's a journey to be proud of, guys. Hee. That's where we're at right now. It's me, AK4P. Hey, big up AK, man. Good to see you in the house. I don't know why YouTube's doing this weird fucking thing, but hey, it is what it is. We shithoused our way into Europa final. Football is always unpredictable and unfair. I mean, I think that we dominated. The goal was a shithouse goal. It was like an ass cheek goal, but you know, whatever. Sometimes you got to shake that ass in the strip club. Apparently, if you're in the UK, it's better if you shake your ass, but don't pick up the dollar bills. Just shoot the ping pong balls out your pussy, my friend. That's all they want to do out there. Richie Kudus, Paulina Sar were fantastic tonight. Subs let us down. Absolutely. I'm not going to go too hard on him. Tell it a stinker. Even if you had a stinker on the pitch, bro, the penalty is the fucking easiest thing to do, in my opinion. As a goalkeeper, it is harder. It is harder to save a penalty because you've got fucking 90 different ways that they can go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can give you all the motherfucking thoughts that go through a crazy goalkeeper's brain when you're sitting up there trying to save a PK. I think I maybe saved 1 in 100. And I'm maybe just a shit goalkeeper. But either way, it is mentally very taxing and emotionally not great when you're fucking picking yourself up off the ground and then crawling into the back of the net to fish out the ball. It's really demeaning, I'll be honest. Big up Jacob, big up Wizard. Look, I'm officially 55 minutes late for work, but you know what? It don't matter. All right? This job is going to be there. The Supercup will not. It is gone. For the first time that we ever played in it, will be the last time that we ever play in it. No, I'm just playing. Hopefully not. We're going to win the Champions League, and then we'll play in it again. Live, laugh, love. But what I would say is this. Again, I'm just going to reiterate the points I tried to make that apparently I'm still not nice to Thomas. I called him my Tommy gun, but apparently I'm not nice to him. I don't know. But I'm going to end y'all with this, and then I'm going to send you on over to Egal. So whenever y'all get over there, it is an Arsenal channel, so if you could just spam into the chat, just say, Kuti more European final goals than Arsenal entire club. There you go. Copy and paste this message, or you could just say Kuti greater than Arsenal. That'd be great too. Let them know that I sent you on over there. But I'm going to sign off with this final thought here. It's not too. He finished. He just finished. God damn it, Staffy, you son of a bitch. He finished. Apparently, is what I'm typing to Staffy. Okay, I guess let me see who else is live. That's not a fucking cunt. It says he's still live. Let me refresh the page. Maybe that's why. Let me refresh the page here on YouTube Studio. No, it says he's not live. All right. Well, we'll send you on over. What time did he start? I guess everyone's probably about to end, actually. Spam champions of Europe. I mean, he bottled it. He's gone. Just like today, Arsenal weren't present. All right. Eagle MMA says that Sam's live. Hopefully he stays live. Tell him Marshall's live. Marshall ain't live. That motherfucker's at like a ayahuasca retreat or some shit. Tell me Marshall's live. Bro, Casual UFC, I don't see them live. I see Flawless and Don Hassam. Who looks like they're not about to end? Because I don't want to just send y'all and then they're like, all right, we're done. Thanks, everybody. Looks like Chelsea United podcast over there on Flawless. Have hope, but he doesn't have redirects on. Those are the only ones I see live. Did Hassam just end too? Don't tell me, bro. Don't tell me Hassam just ended too. Hang on. Bro, stay live. Egal rated him. Kutia Go raid incoming. Don't end like Arsenal and never play Supercup. There we go. Just talking a little shit. Last man standing. I gotta go to work. I gotta find somewhere to send people. But whenever you get over there, let them know I sent you. Like or subscribe or don't. You really don't fucking have to do any of that. That's just a suggestion. You know, it's like push, don't pull. You could really just run right through the motherfucking door. Ain't nobody gonna motherfucking say a motherfucking word to you. But what I will say is this to end you all off. I am not upset that we result-wise didn't win it. I'm upset that we didn't adapt and see it out, but I'm more just gutted at the result because I felt like we did deserve that. I felt like Thomas Frank, my little Tommy gun, I feel like he did do his best at setting us up for that. But then again, there's like a lot of onus that needs to fall into the players as well because the manager's not kicking the motherfucking ball. You are. Now kick the fucking ball good is my point. But look, it sucks, bro. Losing fucking sucks. But I'm not angry at the team. I'm not angry. I'm a little angry at Tell. A little bit. Yeah, can't lie. A little angry at Tell. But outside of that, I'm not angry at Thomas. We're live, laugh, loving over here, okay? No anger. Just love. And whenever you're in doubt, whenever you're wondering, you know, just know that live, laugh, love football has you. We'll dream a little dream of me. Dream a little dream of you. And then we'll all just get through it together, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to let her know that I'm so motherfucking sexy, bitch, and then that's how you want to sign out. So stay fresh, stay blessed, up the lads. Be kind to yourself and be kind to someone else today before you go to bed or whatever, you know, you freaky boys getting out there. Just know the world is your oyster. You don't have to listen to fucking anybody. You could literally do and say whatever you want. Fuck everybody. There are consequences to those actions, ask Basuma. But again, stay blessed, stay fresh, and come on, you Spurs. Actually, I'm very, very sad about Spurs. But anyone, again, live, laugh, love.
You told one of the witnesses who disagreed with you during an interview that you thought Mr. Baldwin was a cocksucker.
I do not recall saying that.